Hey everyone, welcome to another year, Two Stupid Gamers Game of the Year video. I'm Mash.
I'm Zero.
I'm Patrick.
He's Patrick.
Yeah, we are joined by our buddies Bulb and Bio because it's close to the start of the year. Not exactly the start of the year, but we kind of do this every year now. For a while now, we talk about our favorite games from the year prior. We are indeed in 2024, so we'll be talking about the games from 2023.
That's right, and we've picked out a ton of categories. We're just gonna go through them one by one, and everybody takes their gives their answer for what their favorite game is for that category. And without further ado, we're just gonna start with the first category, which is
Best multiplayer. All right, I'll take it first because I played too much of this game, and it's going to be Street Fighter 6. You guys already know it. I made a ton of videos about Street Fighter 6. I was in the beta. Our buddy Bulb was in the beta as well, and the game is just fun. They really hit Street Fighter 6 out of the park. It's like they took the essence of Street Fighter 3 and said, how do we upgrade this shit? How do we make this game so freaking addictingly fun that you just want to keep fighting even though you got your ass beat? I love it. Go watch our videos about it. I can't say enough about it. The graphics are amazing. Multiplayer connection is 80 to 90% good. The gameplay is fantastic. I love how they basically evolved Ken. He's my favorite character. And the new characters are also amazing. So that's me. That's my choice.
My choice was actually going to be Zero's choice, but this one beat it out by like a slight margin. So I picked Baldur's Gate 3, which it's like everybody's game of the year this year. So, but yeah, it has great multiplayer. I think Bio played a little bit of it, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit.
It's basically like an online D&D session. It does really well. Lets everybody have their own choices, and the combat works pretty nicely for turn-based online. It's a great experience for everybody. I recommend it highly. Yeah.
For me, I put down Lethal Company. It's chaotic, fun. You can troll your friends. You can die to stupid stuff. And it's all about the loot, baby. The loot.
Our resident looter shooter guy.
that's true.
But it's not a shooter, though.
You don't shoot in Lethal Company?
There's a gun.
I mean, there's a gun, but it's not like a shooter. It's like a shotgun, or you could get killed by a shotgun by a nutcracker. But mainly, it's like the horror survival aspect. You know, you get hired by an entity company. You go to different planets, get loot, try to get their resources, and then get hunted down by giants, bracken, anything that's trying to kill you, really.
So essentially, you're the rogue. You're the guy that steals shit and tries not to get found or killed.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to feed all your loot to like a giant monstrous entity. You can also feed your friends to it too, for profit.
Chaos. Love it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We saw so much Lethal Company cosplay at MagFest, didn't we, Zero?
We did,
Really?
actually. We did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was tons.
They were in the orange jumpsuits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys. There's a whole group for it too. I'll try to find a picture and link it here. But yeah, Lethal Company. I heard so much about it and wasn't even out that long, so I didn't get to try it.
Highly recommend that you do, and highly recommend that you play with mods.
Okay.
I played it. It was really good.
Yeah, no, I'll have to check it out. There's like a crap ton of games that I gotta go back to from 2023, including this one, which is my pick for best multiplayer game. I'm thinking of multiplayer more in the local sense, and that's because I picked WarioWare Move It. So it's more of like local multiplayer with people kind of hanging out. I actually liked it. I'm a big WarioWare fan, and coming back to this series after so long has been pretty refreshing. Now, the funny thing is actually there was another WarioWare game on the Switch that I also got last year as WarioWare Get It Together. This one was kind of gimmicky, and I didn't really enjoy it as much, but Move feels almost like the best WarioWare that they ever made, which was Smooth Moves. It feels like it's structured a lot in the same way with the gameplay, and yeah, I mean, this is something that I definitely want to play with friends, and I enjoyed it a ton.
And with that, you guys heard it here. It's a 4-way tie, so this was bound to happen. We all have different tastes when it comes to multiplayer games. So it's no surprise that Street Fighter 6, Baldur's Gate 3, Lethal Company, and WarioWare Move It all get the Two Stupid Gamers seal of approval for the year of 2023.
That's right. I think 1 year we will all agree on one game. It's gonna happen eventually.
It'll have to happen.
The odds are against us.
I don't know. I believe.
I just wanted to say real quick, thank you guys for doing Game of the Year in January and February and not November and December.
Did we do that?
No, I mean, other people do it early. And it's like, there's still games coming out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
No, both Mash and I agreed. It makes no sense to do it in November or December.
Right.
The year's not done. Do it in January. I don't care if it's the second week. At least people have had a chance to like touch the damn game. It makes no sense.
Yeah, for sure.
It also feels really out of whack when you watch somebody's year-end review and they're putting in something from December of last year because they didn't have time to play it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Cyberpunk, that came out in December, so people were putting it in for the next year as opposed to the year it actually came out. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't.
But anyway, we're going to move on to the next category. And speaking of indie games like Cyberpunk, we're going to do the best indie game category for 2023.
Indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump in and do it again. Start again, because I have to gush about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Holy crap. I've been following this game ever since, I believe it was you, Bulb, who actually got me onto that. I believe you're the one who probably linked us to it. It's funny because Team Reptile, I ended up getting into one of their previous games, and we actually put it on the channel before. Lethal League Blaze. So good. It was oozing Jet Set Radio vibes. And then I saw their trailer for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and I'm like, I really hope it's good, and it is. We even saw some Bomb Rush Cyberpunk cosplay at MagFest.
Nice.
If anyone watching this video loves Jet Set Radio Future, think of like a combination of both with better controls, an interesting way to do the graffiti art, because I love what they did here, and not just skating, but skateboarding and biking as well. If you want that in a game with like a nice feel to it, get Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It is worth the money. I got it physically, as a matter of fact. I forgot to show it off. I got this physical copy right here. I freaking love it. Go grab this game. It is worth it.
No, yeah, I agree. I have the same choice, so I guess I'll go next.
What's your choice, Bulb?
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I don't have a physical copy, so I can't show it. Yeah, no, it was amazing. Exactly what I asked for, you know? So, the soundtrack was incredible.
That's another thing I forgot to mention, yeah. One of my favorite artists now on YouTube, Too Mellow, he made some music for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Fantastic music.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. My only complaint is that it ends too quickly. I wish it was a little longer.
It's a very short game.
I had a stream where I was like, oh, today we're gonna finish the game, and then like 20 minutes later it was over. So I had to switch games. So yeah, no, it's really good. I want to get that physical. Yeah. I hope Sega can compare with their reboot of Jet Set Radio, but
they got some big shoes to fill. They have some big shoes to fill. They could contact Team Reptile and be like, you guys want to like partner? Sega could do that. Remember, they got Christian Whitehead to make Sonic Mania.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So it's not out of the range of possibility. So I'm hoping they work with them.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, best indie game for 2023, I picked Dredge. Sure, a lot of people haven't really heard of it, but it's a pretty cool game where you play as you're just a fisherman. You go out into the sea and you collect fish. Very simple, straightforward game out the box. But it's really eerie. And then you realize that there's a don't starve mechanic in it, or I guess you could say there's a sanity meter mechanic in it, and these monsters come out and try to kill you if your sanity gets too like chaotic. So it feels like Don't Starve. So it's like they took a fishing indie game and put in this element of Don't Starve in it. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting, because again, on face value it seems so simple, but I like that. I like the way that the sanity meter changes the game. So definitely fun. I didn't get to play too much of it, so I'm going to come back to it eventually, but I really liked it. And I also wanted to throw an honorary mention to Romancevania. I really wanted to play that. We talked about it on the channel a long time ago. I didn't get to play it in 2023, so I'll eventually come back to it. But to me, I think it was like the most interesting indie game that came out for 2023, just like conceptually. So I just wanted to give it a shout out. Didn't play it.
From my best indie game, it truly is a indie game because it was a fan-made game. Undertale Yellow. It is a prequel, not by the same creator, to Undertale, where you take it's about the yellow heart human kid that it's a cowboy and his journey in the underground. And honestly, these guys blew it out of the park. Like it's amazing. Like the attention to detail, the music, the plot. Oh my god, the plot of the neutral ending. It's amazing.
I actually hadn't really heard much about Undertale Yellow at all. Like I saw you put it down and I said, "Oh, there's a yellow version?"
Yeah,
so,
there's a yellow
like,
version.
So is this a fan game? Is this like a hack of the original?
Yes. It's not really a hack of the original because this was made from the ground up, I believe.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I just know a bunch of fans made it. So just like Toby Fox made Undertale out of fandom for Mother 3 or something.
Yeah.
It was something like that. And they are truly dedicated. You can find this game on Game Jolt, free to play. But this was, I believe, funded through Patreon or something like that. It just took 7 years to make.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. So it's not just a regular fan hack that just got pushed out there. Okay, a lot of work was put into it. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of work was put in. And again, they do introduce new characters, but obviously, because this is a prequel, there's a reason why you don't see them in the original game.
Makes sense.
But this is like through Flowey's perspective, as in, what he was doing with his determination at the time before the red human kid fell.
Much respect. So, we have all of our choices out there, but obviously, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk takes it with a vote of 2. That's from me and Bulb over here. So, congratulations to Team Reptile. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk takes the seal of approval for Two Stupid Gamers best indie game of 2023.
We finally decided on a game.
Yeah. I mean, it's
two people outvoted.
It's only our second category, so.
Yeah, it only took 2.
Mash, do we have a third category? Which one is it?
No, we're actually done with the video. Thanks, guys.
Oh shit, we're done.
We'll
Damn.
see you next
Okay,
time.
guys, thank you for watching.
Yeah, they won 3.
There's only multiplayer and only indie games this year. No, we're moving on to best fighting game for 2023. You guys go, because I didn't play any fighting games this year.
I'll go ahead and start it off again because you guys know me. It's fighting games. If you don't know which choice I'm going to put in there, you're out of your fucking mind. It's Hello Kitty freaking Island Fighter Adventure. I'm just kidding. No, it's Street Fighter freaking 6. If you guys thought I was saying anything else, you're out of your mind. Such a good freaking game. Amazing graphics, awesome characters, good online play, good mechanics. I'm done. Who's next?
Well, I already know what Bulbtastic is. For mine, it would be Mortal Kombat 1.
Tell us why.
The plot. It's mainly because of the plot.
Tell us about the plot, because look, I played through Mortal Kombat 11. I liked how they went about it. The gameplay was good. The graphics were fantastic. The story mode was great. But what about the story made you be like, oh shit, this is great? Because I know they changed.
Well, mainly because it's a continuation after the ending of MK11, where Liu Kang is in charge of the timeline, and he built it from scratch. He tried to recreate it in his image, where certain scenarios wouldn't play out. You know, take away the villains their power, so they don't grow up evil or murder spree killing. But then you start to see the flaws in Liu Kang's timeline, like the cracks, and that, you know, some things are remain to be what's that word? Forgot the word.
Remain to be seen or remain to be like understood?
There's always constant. It's always like this character was always meant to be a villain. There's no way you can stop this from happening. It's a set point in time.
Inevitable.
Yeah, there you go. It's a set. It will always be at a set point in time. It will always be inevitable that this character is truly an evil character. And then he just has to deal with the consequences of his meddling, even though he is striving for peace.
I am curious though. Is Raiden still in the game? Is he just a normal human?
So Raiden is actually young Raiden. He's a new Raiden. He is not the same Raiden.
I respect that. Okay, that's all I wanted to know, because I still I still have to get Mortal Kombat.
And Liu Kang is pretty much trying to guide Raiden into being like what he was, a champion. Raiden is the champion of Earthrealm, and Liu Kang is trying to mentor him, making sure he doesn't become Raiden when he has an evil attitude and becomes Dark Raiden.
Okay. Also, didn't the gameplay change a little bit? Didn't they make it like a doubles battle now?
So it's assist characters, but you don't play as the second. You don't play as the second character, because they have cameo fighters, which just assists. You don't get to play with them. They pretty much go along with your combos or specials.
Okay, I respect it. All right.
And hold on, forget the DLC. DLC characters. You got Omni-Man. You got Homelander. You got the Peacemaker, and that's it. You don't need to know about the other three.
You have John Cena.
Are you sure you can't see the guy? Anyway, we're done with that. All right, so Mash, you said you don't have a choice.
Mash, pick MK1.
All right, I'm gonna pick Mortal Kombat 1. Didn't play it, but I love the Mortal Kombat, like the recent Mortal Kombat games. I agree with Bio. Story is a great reason to put that on here, because Mortal Kombat 9 was great. So yeah, I'm putting Mortal Kombat 1.
Honestly, when it comes to fighting games, you don't really need a good story. The fighting mechanics are also amazing too.
No, but like you say, what Mortal Kombat keeps doing is that they'll have a character change the timeline, and then the events all are like out of whack. I know that we played on the channel before. I know it was kind of like a meme, or like this game sucks, but Mortal Kombat versus DC, as bad of a game as it was in general, I thought at least the story was kind of interesting. Having the characters cross over, and then by the end of it, they just basically I think by the end of it, Batman basically just makes all the Mortal Kombat characters go away, and I'm like, wow, that's such a dumb idea.
It's funny because the DC universe is actually canon to both universes,
which is cool. I want them to visit that again. I want them to make a second Mortal Kombat versus DC.
No, I want them to make Marvel versus DC a new age of.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, Mash, are you serious about putting in for Mortal Kombat 1?
No, I can't in good faith do that because I didn't play it.
Alrighty then. So, Street Fighter 6 sweeps it, takes best fighting game of 2023.
Wait, did Bulb say his?
Yeah, it was Street Fighter 6.
Oh, I didn't even hear him. I tuned him out when you guys said Street Fighter 6.
I didn't make a speech yet about it, but yeah, it's Street Fighter 6.
I mean, you did talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's not much to say.
Street Fighter 6. It takes it. It gets the seal of approval. Way to go, Capcom and the developers.
Yeah, way to go, Capcom. The Chun-Li mod they disapproved.
I know, right? Yeah.
I mean...
Just let us have it, Capcom. Come on. Let us have it. Come on. Put the Steam Workshop up. Let us upload it there, you know.
I mean... I'm not against it. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get to the next category. Mash, would you like to introduce it?
Right. So the next category is going to be the best platformer. I feel like this is one of those categories that's like super open, so we might get some different answers on here. I have a Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I know it's probably not what people are thinking of platformers. It's not like a 2D platformer, but the little time that I played with Bomb Rush, I totally enjoyed, getting around on a skateboard, on a bike, grinding, trying to get to higher points in the level, and just doing that beautiful 3D platforming that I love so much from back in the day. So to me, I would say it's the best platformer I played in like a 3D sense.
Hey, Tony Hawk is a platformer, so
that's true.
Is it a platformer?
It is.
It's totally a platformer.
Your definitions of platformers just changes day by day.
Listen,
I don't know if it changes day by day, but
you gotta year by year get places. You
do have to.
Hey, it's not as bad as how they stretch for some other Game Award show. Just saying.
You're not wrong.
Best indie game.
You talking to me?
No.
The Game Awards.
We're making fun of the Game Awards.
They gave
I'm trying to
best
understand.
indie game to Dave the Diver, which was a Nexon game, which is not indie at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
they always also do like really weird choices for like best RPG or whatever.
Yeah. We're calling you out, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, come on our podcast and we'll
get on our podcast.
We'll argue the hell out of you.
You won't stand a chance. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep the ball rolling.
Go for it.
So, I wanted to say this game, but at the last second, especially after Mash was like, "It can't do it in good faith." I feel like I can't do it in good faith either. I wanted to say 30XX. We actually spoke to the developer of 30XX back in the day. I played 20XX quite a bit. I enjoyed it. I played the demo for 30XX, enjoyed it, but I don't feel I've qualified to put it on this list because I have not bought the full game and I haven't played through it enough to really get a good sense of it. For those of you who don't understand what I mean, 30XX is an indie game that tries to bring back those nostalgic feelings and platforming from Mega Man X, the Mega Man Zero series and stuff like that. It's an amazing game. However, I did play another game, and that's going to be Crash Team Rumble. Now, Crash Team Rumble is also technically an online multiplayer, but it's a platforming online multiplayer where you and your team have to collect Wampa fruit and then bring it back to your home base, and whoever gets the most Wampa fruit by the end of the time wins the round. I had quite a bit of fun. And it's not, you don't just only play as Crash. You can play as Coco and all the other characters they created. They made a few new ones. You can play as Cortex. You can play as the new Tanya, which I think is awesome because she has that cool 80s haircut from Crash 4. It is indeed a fun game. The only negative I have of Crash Team Rumble is that there's no offline multiplayer and there's no offline story. Like literally you get it and you have to play it online. That's the only frustrating part and the only reason why I didn't put it on the list initially. However, I did also have fun with it, so that's where my vote goes. Crash Team Rumble.
Nice. Bio doesn't have one, right?
Nope.
I guess
I don't like platformers.
I picked Pizza Tower.
Oh.
Which is the game everybody was mad about that didn't get the Indie Game Award nomination. Yeah, Pizza Tower is really cool. I played it really late last year, like almost didn't make it for this thing. But yeah, Pizza Tower is just it's basically a tribute to Wario World or what is it called?
Wario Land?
Wario Land,
Wario Land 4, yeah.
The Game Boy ones.
So, yeah. Specifically, like the Game Boy Advance one, mostly. So, like, you have all the Wario moves, you have the charge and like the slide and stuff, and yeah, and essentially you're this pizza man, and you have to go through this like weird castle and find ingredients to make a pizza with. And then at the end of every level, you have to run back through the level and escape it. So and it has this really cool, like, very crude, like Ren and Stimpy sort of art style to it. Very well animated. It's just very bizarre, and just the controls feel amazing. Like it's like probably one of the best feeling games I've ever played. Like, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, Pizza Tower is awesome. Everybody should play it.
Hell yeah.
I did see it on sale, so it's definitely something I'm gonna have to check out.
Yeah. If you like platformers and if you like very smooth controls, you should really play that. It's great.
So, best platformer, 3-way tie between Crash Team Rumble, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and Pizza Tower.
All of you get the 2 Super Gamer seal of approval. Congrats to all the developers. Everyone go try these games. They are indeed fun. All right, we have another category coming up. Red and hot, ready to go, and it's best RPG. What was the best RPG game for you guys?
Baldur's Gate.
Just blurt it out.
Yeah, honestly, me too.
Tell us why, guys. Why do you guys like Baldur's Gate 3 so much? Explain. Let the viewers know.
Because it's so chaotic! Your actions are determined by 20-sided dice. 1 is piss poor, 20 for greatest action made. And your outcome is determined by that roll. You could kick a fucking squirrel and kill it to death with 1 hit. You can have sex with all the characters there, or kill them all.
Essentially, yeah. It wasn't there like this red like fire lady that had the hots for you no matter what.
And you could fuck her while she's hot, flaming.
It's incredible.
That's a cooked hot dog right there.
It's just like you just play in the roles of these characters. Yes, you can choose a character or you can create a character, and your actions determines the playthrough. It's quite simple. You can make peace or you can kill everybody. You can steal everything or blow up everything. And the plot is pretty good too. Like
and it actually throws back in specific ways to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, which a lot of people haven't played, but like it's got some very tasteful throwbacks to it.
Respect. I love it when developers do that. Anything else you wanted to say about it, Bulb?
I just wanted to say I would have given it to FF16, but FF16 is not an RPG, so I gave it to Baldur's Gate.
Okay, I can respect that. It's a little different. Final Fantasy has shifted a little bit to other genres.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and close it out because it doesn't seem like... Mash, do you have one?
Yeah, I don't feel like I played a single RPG from 2023, which is rare, because I always have like one RPG, but I just didn't play anything. I'm sure there are tons of RPGs. Maybe there were a few that I would enjoy, but as far as I like looking back for this category, no, I didn't get one.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and close it out with a special little indie game called Knuckle Sandwich. Now, Mash, I don't know if you remember that interview we did back at PAX 2020, but when I saw that game, I said, holy crap, this reminds me of Earthbound. Funny enough, the developer, Andrew Brophy, I believe his name is, we will correct ourselves if I said it wrong. Apparently he's from Australia. He never played Earthbound. They didn't get it until like the Wii U. So according to him, a lot of the inspiration came from other games and also Pokemon. But there's no Pokemon mechanics in there. It's your regular RPG, but it's the most quirky. It's the most colorful. It's the most it's one of the most funny RPGs you're gonna play. Like, just the dialogue written in there is just... It feels like you're speaking to a friend when you're playing this game. Like, are you fucking serious? This is happening? Like, that's the dialogue in the game. There was a part in this game where I'm stranded on an island, and I have to get these freaking... I I think they're called plates, where there's these wooden things where they put all these boxes and they have to move it all together. These wooden plates. I had to go gather a bunch of them, and the dialogue was saying, you somehow fit it in your pocket. Oh, look at that. You got a second one. Somehow both of these wooden plates fit in your pocket. I don't know how it happens. You find a third one. I'm not even going to bother. It's in your pocket. And I'm just like, what? What is this game? It's so ridiculous. And then you have like this vampire friend that's supposed to be helping you through the story because there's too much energy in this section and whatever. And he's telling you, oh, I gotta help you. I'm gonna free this little goblin guy. In this game, goblins are magical creatures and they give you powers. But by doing so, he fucks up the world and the world is all glitched. So now you gotta fix the world. And I'm just like, what? Just playing this game had me smiling from start to finish. It's an incredibly good RPG, and it's an indie game to boot. It's not the longest RPG out there, but for $20, I think it's worth it. So that's why I give it to Knuckle Sandwich.
Nice.
Very nice.
May I add something real quick?
Yeah.
I had a runner-up. It was Sea of Stars. I played the whole game this year, but it didn't really make the cut. It was a good 8.5 out of 10, but it kind of falls flat later on. So, but yeah, Sea of Stars is great anyway.
Respect.
And the winner is Baldur's Gate 3, 2-1. You are the TSG Best RPG of 2023.
Congrats to all the developers.
And now we could move on to another category, and that's going to be Best First Party Game. This is going to be either from Sony, Nintendo, or Microsoft.
Oh, so I gotta change my vote.
Yes, you do.
No. Starfield, Microsoft owns Bethesda. But I don't know how you guys define it.
I mean, Microsoft does now own Bethesda, and Starfield was in development before Microsoft grabbed them up. So
I mean, it's on the Xbox Game Pass though.
I mean, just because it's on Game Pass doesn't mean it's first party.
But I think it's fine.
it-
I think if Microsoft owns them, then I think that's okay. Okay, Zero, would you like to take it away?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it. I haven't played enough of Spider-Man 2, but it's definitely a game I'm going to be playing more of. And I'm just going to throw it out there because it's pretty much the only first-party game I've touched. Spider-Man 2. There you go.
Nice.
I love the first one. It's too much fun. I played, what's it called? The prequel. Miles Morales. Had too much fun with that as well. As a New Yorker, I always wanted to swing through Manhattan, and this game lets me do it. And now we get more of New York City. So yes, Spider-Man 2. Again, I need to play more of it, but it's absolutely my choice. How can I not say it? The fact that they introduced Venom in this game is also amazing, which is also why I'm kind of surprised at Bio, but whatever. The controls are as tight as ever. The graphics are as good as ever, even though they changed the models for like some of the characters. I don't know why. The game is just fun. The game is great. That's all I gotta say. Spider-Man 2 takes it for me.
I picked Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I know me and Mash disagree heavily on Breath of the Wild.
What? What do you mean? We're both huge fans. I was there with you at the midnight lunch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild was like my game of the decade last decade. So I'm a little bit biased here. But I was just really impressed that they managed to recycle that entire world, but also made a really cool new game out of it. So I'm still playing this. I didn't finish it yet because it's got like a dumb amount of content in it, honestly. But yeah, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is really cool. And if you're on the fence about playing it because of Breath of the Wild, I'd say it's different enough. Just the way that you do everything is completely different. So yeah, I'd say go for it. Anyway, give it a shot. It's great. I think it's the second best-selling game of the year, losing only to Hogwarts Legacy. So yeah, it's amazing.
For my first party game, best game, I mean, Mash is right. I mean, not Mash, Zero is right that Sonic Spider-Man 2 would be my choice, but considering I got Starfield for PC and there's a bunch of mods for it, Starfield is my first party game. Simply because of the mods. You can mod the shit out of it. And I'm having a great time with those mods.
To challenge you a little bit. Bio. If you need to mod a game to have fun with it, is it really worth it?
I disagree, because I'm modding a game to enhance or better my experience with the game, to have more fun. Base game, I'm still having fun with it. I get to travel. I get to shoot things in space. I do have a heavy adventure quests. I'm into the RPG of it, and companions. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I do have fun like with games like Skyrim and Fallout. It's not the best iteration of it yet, but those are patch notes later down the line.
I do want to clarify, however, for the viewers, I'm not against modding. I actually fully support it. It was more of like a challenge to Bio, because I heard a lot of people say that Starfield came out and it just wasn't worth the hype. So I was just like, should it really get that nomination if it needs mods to just be good enough? But whatever. If Bio likes it, it's all good. And I
mean, again, I got to clarify. I already do have fun with getting non-mod. I'm just enhancing my experience better.
Alrighty. I guess that leaves
But
MASH.
again, sorry, just
go ahead.
clarify.
Continue.
If it wasn't for the mods, Marvel Spider-Man 2 would be the runner-up.
Alrighty. So the only one left is MASH. What's your choice?
My choice is actually right here in my hand. Pikmin 4 is my favorite first-party game of the year. I absolutely love this series, so getting to come back and play another one, and it's on Switch, so I could play it anywhere I want, is phenomenal. I've been a lifelong Pikmin fan, and what happens with the series is every once in a while we don't really get one for a while, for however many years. We've been kind of fortunate because we got a Pikmin game on the Wii U, but even since then it felt like maybe enough time has passed that we should get another one, and they did, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I'll definitely be talking a little bit about this at some point, but I really like Pikmin 4. That's going to be my favorite first-party game for 2023. Oh, and also the freaking dog, the plushies are $80. It's ludicrous.
I really want to play Pikmin 4, but I haven't gotten a chance to. It looks really good.
It is. It's a treat. You should definitely get it.
I'm still playing the stupid phone game.
Oh, the Pokemon Go Pikmin one?
Yeah, the Pikmin Pokemon Go. Yeah.
Didn't you say that was better?
I like it because you don't have to do anything. You just walk and it does things. So,
right.
Yeah.
Are there gyms and stuff or whatever?
There's you have the Pikmin destroy giant mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
The gyms, yeah.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's a nice way to modify it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try Pikmin. I never had a GameCube or a Wii U or anything, so
yeah.
One of these days,
I would
we'll
honestly recommend starting with the first one. I mean, by this point, it's kind of hard to get back into a GameCube game, but just try the first one. It's such a unique experience. It's really hard. You might not be able to finish it, but at least put 10 hours into it. The sequel was great, and then 3 and 4 were really good too.
Alrighty, well, with that, we have 4 completely distinct games for this category. Once again, it was bound to happen. So congratulations to Pikmin 4, Starfield with the mods, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Insomniac's Spider-Man 2.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
I think Tears of the Kingdom is fucking trash.
Oh, shots freaking fire.
Because the regular Breath of the Wild game was boring as fuck for me.
If you want to talk about boring, you picked Starfield.
No, that's fine. Yeah, each their own. Each their own.
And I like Elder Scrolls.
Listen, man, when it comes to you and your hot takes on life, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, especially those Instagram posts you've been giving me. I don't want to hear what your takes are.
We're having an old school flame war here, guys. Holy crap.
Keep it in post.
I got the memes. Don't
Yeah, you
worry.
got hot takes. That's what you got. Listen, I don't chew out your game opinions.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Actually, I just did. So yeah.
We'll see if you pick
Freaking
Suicide
hypocrite.
Squad next year.
I'm not gonna lie. I do want to play it.
Yo, everyone is trashing Suicide Squad.
Hey, we can't have a best first-party game category and not have a best third-party game category. So we're going to move on to pick our favorite third-party game categories. Again, this is not related to Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony. Games by those games that are first-party for those platforms don't count. So let's take it away. Who wants to go first?
I already see something, so I think me and Bulb will have to go first. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it for the both of us. Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Now, I don't own the game, but I have seen my brother play it. And from what I've seen and how much he's been enjoying it and his comments on the gameplay, he's basically speaking through me. He's having my vote. It's gonna be Final Fantasy 16. The game just looked, I don't know what is with freaking Square Enix, but every time they try to pump out a game, it's like, 1 second, I see this game over here has good graphics. We're gonna top it like 3 times over. Here's this beautiful looking game with all the nice definitions and shit. And I'm just like, God damn, Square Enix, chill. Also, apparently the gameplay is fun and the story is serviceable for a Final Fantasy game.
Wow.
And
just serviceable?
Yeah.
Can I challenge you on that? Like,
Sure.
if you haven't played it, then how the fuck would you know?
I'm basing my decision through my brother's actions because I've seen him play it. I've been with him there. I basically played it, but he freaking had it in his hands.
He's got
proxy.
the little brother thing, you know. He's watching.
So your little brother Yugi and you're Yami.
I don't know about that. I'm going by proxy. All right.
No, but I agree. So yeah, Final Fantasy's been a little rough lately. 15, not the best.
Although it did sell pretty well, apparently.
It sold well, but you know, they never even finished the story in 15, and like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, 16 came out, they simplified everything.
It was 15 Noctis?
Yeah, Noctis. Yeah.
It was the road trip.
The road trip, yeah. So yeah, 16 came out, they went back to medieval. There's no future stuff in it. It's essentially gameplay wise just a Devil May Cry game.
What?
It's just DMC.
Basically action RPG with a little bit less RPG.
Yeah, it even he even has the main character even has the move that Dante does where he dashes with the sword and then like raises you up into the air. It's almost the same exact move. But yeah, the story, I think the story is really good. It goes to some really dark places that surprised me that Square was fine with doing. And yeah, it gets sad, and yeah, I don't know. I was just surprised by it because I was just going into Final Fantasy thinking I was gonna get disappointed again, but it seems like they're getting the ball rolling again, which, you know what, good on them. That's why I picked FF16.
Hey, you know what? This may be the first Final Fantasy in a while that's worth playing because Nomura is not involved in it. So, just a
Shots
thought.
fired again.
Yeah, this was actually the FF14 team made this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense. FF14 has been. There are times where you can't get in that game, like literally.
But if you like Game of Thrones, but you want a better ending, play FF16.
Yeah. I'll second that because that ending sucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
For my third party, I will give it to Lethal Company and runner-up Undertale Yellow, because the amount of fun you can have with these games.
Yeah, explain to us a little bit more why Lethal Company.
Lethal Company. Your friends, 4 players. The amount of fun you can have with your friends. Proximity chat. All the monsters you can deal with. All the mods you can input as well. There's literally you can have Bulb. You're gonna hate me for this, or love it. You can literally mod a character called the Bracken who snaps your neck with Goku. You can mod him as Goku.
Oh my fucking god!
And no. Now here's the funny part. Every time when the Bracken is chasing you, you hear the Ultra Instinct music before Goku snaps your neck. You hear dun 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 dun. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's awesome, but also, god fucking damn it.
I modded in a Mountain Dew themed suit for my character.
Nice.
So
You could you could also be a doggo in this game.
Respect it.
But it's ridiculous how much fun you can have. Again, when you give something the best of award, it has to be the amount of fun they give it to you.
You know the planet that has the mansion on it?
Yeah.
Somebody made a mod that replaces it with the castle from Mario 64.
Ooh.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's also a mod where you can play the SCP containment breach map.
Oh,
and that's scary.
nice.
They
That's
should really make an SCP game.
They
There's
have.
a few, but
There's a few out.
they're like whatever. Yeah.
Mash, your turn.
So my best third-party game is going to go to River City Showdown. River City Showdown is a really cool, also might be sort of like an indie game, but it's a really cool remake of River City Ransom for the NES, and it has really nice graphics. Everything in that game translated really well. You guys know me, I don't really mesh well with remakes a lot. Like a remake will come out and I'm not crazy about it, or I have all these complaints that I don't like the things that they changed. But like River City Showdown, I gotta tell you, that's like one of the best remakes I've played, because I think it could probably be just, hey, I've never played River City Ransom on the NES. You don't have to. Just play River City Showdown and you're good. It's that good.
Yeah, I played that one too for a bit. I still gotta play more, but yeah, it's really good.
It's worth checking out. And even like the side content is really cool. They still change stuff about it, but it's not enough that it takes away from the main experience. And just like, unlike some other remakes this year, they didn't tweak the graphics in like a crappy way. They just like improved on the graphics, which is a novel concept, I guess, if you make a remake. But anyway, so yeah, that's going to be my best third-party game, River City Showdown.
No, I'm actually looking at a short video of it right now. They kept the 2D graphics, gave them a little bit more color, and then added like 3D environments behind it. That's freaking wild. I love that.
But the 3D environments are sick. Like, they look
Yeah,
good.
They are. They look good. It works.
They look like they're designed competently. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I respect that choice. Yeah. But as you guys heard from our arguments, we have 3 games, and 2 of those votes went for Final Fantasy 16. So congratulations to Square Enix and the developers of Final Fantasy 16. You guys get the 2 Super Gamer seal of approval. That's our best third-party game for 2023.
You see, they kick out Nomura and they win an award. I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Just wait until Rebirth.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
hell yeah.
At the time of recording this video, it's not out yet, so
Oh, I'm so excited.
we're all waiting for it. But let's move on because we don't want this video to take an eternity. We're gonna go now to best remake, remaster, port, or collection from 2023.
Yeah, we like to lump them all in as one category because honestly, I mean, it's close enough. So
Yeah.
anything that falls as one of those 4 types of games can count. I'm going to go first because I just talked about it, but River City Showdown is my favorite. Like I said, it's a fantastic remake, and the best part about it is that it's available on Switch. You could play it anywhere. All the things that they changed about it vastly improved the original game. And yeah, I mean, it's a great way to experience River City Ransom. Definitely go check it out.
Much respect. I'll go ahead and take it from here. I talked about this before. It was my game of the year way back when. And it recently got a port to the Nintendo Switch, and that's going to be Digimon World Next Order. It was ported early last year to the Nintendo Switch, and if you pre-ordered it, you got a nice little beanie hat, which I wish I would have now pre-ordered it, but I already have it for the PS4, but whatever. Amazing game. If you guys ever played the first Digimon World game, think of that game, but better. Just way better in how the game plays, the mechanics, the graphics. There's English voice acting as well, another major plus for me. The game is just great all around, and I had an amazing time with it. And now you can play the game on the go, even better. That's why it gets my nomination.
Great game. I still got to play more of that. Yeah. Bio, do you want to go first, or?
Mine is Resident Evil 4.
Hell
Can
yeah.
you tell us why?
I just blanked on it. Sorry. Mine's Resident Evil 4. Honestly, I was very skeptical when Resident Evil 4 was announced, because how can you capture everything, like the true essence of the game? Because the latest remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3 have been kind of short, in my opinion. And Resident Evil 4 was like a very long game. Like, I just didn't want them to rush it, but they were able to capture the true essence of the game in this remake.
They didn't like cut anything out?
No, I mean, not to my knowledge, they cut anything out. Oh wait, they had no, because they eventually came to DLC.
Oh,
Like,
Well, then they kind of cut it out, but then they just sold it back to you later. Okay.
No, because the DLC was free.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of them.
I still want to play that, but I'm
Well, yeah,
again.
no, I mean, yeah,
too scared.
and honestly, is a spoiler if I mention it? Technically, it's a remake, so no, right?
Not really. Yeah.
I'll put in a warning.
Yeah, I'll put in a warning. They finally introduced Wesker. I thought Wesker was not in this because the last two remakes didn't show him.
Oh, nice.
Wesker was in 4, wasn't he? Like at the very, very end.
He was at the very, very end, but they showed him. They actually showed that it was Wesker. Like, they didn't in the last few remakes, they didn't show Wesker at all. So I was beginning to think, are they like rebooting the series without Wesker?
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh wow, Wesker has been revealed, and he looks amazing, and he's in mercenary mode too.
See, this is the problem when they kind of remake these games, because remember, original Resident Evil games, to get the full experience of the story, you have to play like multiple different like files. You know, you play as one character, then you play as another, and then they each have 2 routes. So I finished Resident Evil 2 Remake. It was pretty good. I liked it. But yeah, I don't remember really seeing Wesker in that either. But it could have just been because I was playing as Leon as opposed to, playing as Claire. So, yeah.
Yo, Capcom, I'm warning you.
Mm-hmm.
If you remake Resident Evil 5, Chris better still punch the boulder or I'm not playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I also played Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I gotta tell you, Bulb, like, a lot of the memes that you expect, that you remember from Resident Evil 4, they still had them in. So, like, very key moments were definitely there. I just personally felt like Resident Evil 4 still changed a lot. It felt kind of foreign to me, but yeah, like, rescuing the dog from the bear trap, that was there. Foreign
how? How is it foreign to you?
Like, it kind of felt to me, if I had to describe it as best as I can, it was almost like I was on a sightseeing tour for Resident Evil. I had all these like moments that's like, hey, that happened. Hey, this happened. Remember this? Hey, remember that? But in between that, I'm like, this game just feels so different because they actually changed how you get from these points. It's not one-to-one. So I'm just running around this village and it's like, yeah, I mean, Resident Evil 4 has villages, but this just feels different. Like, I'm still Leon, but it just feels...
I like to think that's a good thing, because while you're trying to recapture the essence of the first game, it still needs to be vastly different from the original game, because it's a remake. It has to be up to date with these times. And I think that's what makes it perfect. Like, is familiar yet unique.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one way of looking at a remake. I just personally thought that not only did they honestly not really need to remake Resident Evil 4 because you could just play the original one, but if you're gonna, the way that they chopped it up, like I said, it felt like I was on a sightseeing tour. So I don't think it blended well together with the parts that were different. You understand what I'm saying? Like I just kept feeling like I'd see something, hey, this is Resident Evil 4, and then it's back to like whatever they created that was more new or more different. And then again, they would show me another thing that, oh, this part of the game where you go into the house of the guy with the chainsaw, whatever, you know?
So yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, but I also believe that this is nostalgia of returning players coming to a game versus what is intended for new players who haven't grown up with the Resident Evil series.
But then why remake it? Why not just make a brand new game?
To reintroduce it to new players.
They gotta remake all of them, dude.
Also nostalgia is a selling point, but at the same time, you want returning players to buy it, but you also want new players to buy it too.
They gotta remake each one except for Code Veronica.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Resident Evil, Final Fantasy Remaster.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You can say the same argument for that. Again, it's not just intended for us. They also want to intend it for new players.
But then it's just so alien. It's like not really gonna... Like the point of remaking a game is to kind of bring it back.
Which they have.
My theory is that they've re-released 4 so much that they felt like they had to change bits of it. Because like... I think Resident Evil 4 is available on PS4, so like they
it kind of kept coming back. So it's like, would you want to play the same thing with better graphics? No, I kind of want to change it up a little bit, in my opinion.
I was always of the mind that was the point of a remake, was to just bring something from the past back, but it's an updated version that looks better, but it's essentially still the same thing.
So this is the same argument we had last time for Final Fantasy.
Oh,
we have to reconsider. No, we have to recall this game a reimagining. Can't be a remaster, can't be remade or recreation. It has to be a reimagining. They need to word it better.
Yeah, but then because you're gonna call it Resident Evil 4, and then let's say I'm someone that only played the original Resident Evil 4. I go to a water cooler. There's a guy I work with that played Resident Evil 4 remake only, never played the original. We can't have a conversation about this game because they're different enough that we don't really get the same experience from it.
No, and I agree. That's why they got to calling it a remaster.
And especially for Final Fantasy, because they start to retcon stuff like big things later on, if I remember correctly.
I mean, at that point, for Final Fantasy VII, it's no longer a remaster; it's a reimagining, because that's literally changing up the plot. It's a time travel plot right now.
Listen,
Yeah.
Nomura changed the definition of the word remake. Okay.
I think he wanted to have like a half and a half situation, because he wanted to start out as a remake, but then like, we're gonna get rid of this remake stuff halfway through. I'm doing everything from scratch now, you know.
I agree. No, I 100% agree with you, Mash. Like, again, games these days cannot be calling it remaster. It's a reimagining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a stodgy old person, and to me, it's like,
no, I get your mindset. I understand your mindset.
I just want to play Resident Evil 4.
They should have called it RE4 Remix. It's the remix.
Can I introduce you to Pokemon?
You mean
Remaster?
Pal World?
That's Remaster Pal World.
No, don't give us a Pokemon remaster. You know how those go. Brilliant Diamond and something
Uranium.
That's because it wasn't made by the same creators.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Well, what is your favorite remake?
Next? Yeah. Mine was Star Ocean: The Second Story. I think they added an R because it's a remake. Yeah. This was a remake of Star Ocean: The Second Story for PS1.
Is this truly a remake, or was it a reimagining?
It is a it's a remake. They did it in the Octopath Traveler style.
Oh, so Nomura didn't work on it?
No numera on this
Okay.
one, so there's no zippers. Everybody's feet are normal size.
No big clown
So-
shoes.
Yeah. But yeah, they took Star Ocean 2, which is widely considered to be the best Star Ocean, and they gave it some nice graphics. They gave it some new voice acting, and it's got they added combat mechanics to make it more flashy and stuff. But yeah, it's really good, and if you like JRPGs, you should play this one because it's a classic. And I think it's kind of cheap, so yeah, just play it. It's on everything. It's on every console and Steam. Yeah. Star Ocean. Oh, I had a runner-up. Shout outs to the Mega Man Battle Network collection. That was really good.
Yeah, I forgot that came out.
Yeah. That was really good, but I got stuck because that game's hard as hell and I'm mad at it.
Yeah, I actually got that collection from my brother for Christmas, and we loved the Battle Network series back in the day. So,
Yo, there's a part in Battle Network 2 where Land goes to America, and he straight up, in the span of 30 minutes, gets robbed like 5 times. It's pretty funny, but yeah.
All right, well, best remake, remaster, port, or collection. Another 4-way tie. We got Digimon World Next Order, Resident Evil 4, we got River City Showdown, and Star Ocean. So congratulations.
so let's go on to the next one. That's going to be best gameplay / combat, action, adventure, etc. What are your choices for this, everyone?
I think Bio should go first, right? Because he's...
Yeah, I should go first.
Yeah.
Give me yeah. Oh, I'm outvoted for this. Oh, I see that. Okay, yeah. Best combat, gameplay, action, adventure is Insomniac Spider-Man 2. Let's say combat, amazing. Honestly, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I think Miles Morales is way overpowered and he needs to be nerfed because my man is like electrocuting people left and right, and Peter is just watching eating popcorn. The web gliders is amazing. You can fly around the city like instantly like that. Venom had his own special, unique gameplay, which was monstrous, and I feel like he killed many people in this storyline. That's the reason why Spider-Man 2 is the best combat adventure game out there. Any disagreement, or you're just gonna throw a bomb at me?
No
I mean,
bombs here.
dude, I agree with you. The game is good,
Yeah.
but
I have it, but I still haven't popped it in. So.
Again, I've barely touched. I maybe pressed one button in this game, so I'm gonna let you two guys take it.
Wait,
from here.
what? What the fuck is on your list?
Don't worry about it. We're gonna let the other two take
Swear
care
to God,
of it.
you say your brother, you play the game through your brother. I'm gonna be so mad at you.
Shut the fuck up.
I could easily say these YouTubers, the spirit of these YouTubers are flowing within me.
So,
I'm gonna stay out of this category, and I'm gonna leave it up to the other guys.
So yeah, we have Armored Core 6 came out in 2023, and I liked it a lot. I would say definitely the combat is the best of anything that I played. It's super tight. Armored Core has always been a really interesting mech game, and you know, it just I can't help but think back to like Battlefield or something where I just enjoy the scope of each mission. You know, it really feels like you're in some small part of a city that's destroyed and it's full of bad guys. You gotta go hunt them down, do whatever your mission is. I'll be honest, this is here for me because I wasn't really crazy about the story or anything else, but definitely Armored Core 6 deserves to be on this. The combat is straight up addicting. Now, I'm going to kind of go a little further off of what Zero was saying. I also didn't get to play too much of it, but I put like 6 hours, I think, and immediately I felt like I want to play more of this. Again, I don't really care about the story some other aspects of the game. But I definitely want to just like keep being a mech flown around and blowing shit up.
I guess 6 hours is fine.
That's the pass. That's the
that's enough to make an that's enough to make an opinion. Because you can't return it after 2 hours.
Can't return it anymore. Yeah.
That's true.
No, yeah, I picked Armored Core 6 also. It was pretty incredible. I didn't really have many expectations. I played Armored Core, I think 2 and 3 before, and then I played the weird one on the 360 that I didn't like that one at all. And then, Armored Core 6 was a real big surprise.
Yeah.
If you like mechs, it's probably the best mech game ever made, honestly. So there's one level in it where you climb this giant laser machine in the desert, and I was just like, it was blowing my mind the whole time. You're climbing this giant massive structure that's just walking in the desert, and just stuff going on, lasers everywhere, and at that moment the game really sold me. So yeah, play Armored Core 6.
So we have a sweep. Armored Core 6 takes the category. We're going to ignore what it says on the doc. Congratulations, Armored Core 6 and From Software. 3 of us voted for you. And now on to the next category.
All right, and the next category is going to be Best Visual Design, as in graphics.
Or art, whatever, art design, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Basically how the game looks. And I'm going to go with, it was really tough for me because I was going to go with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk because I really love how the game looks. But then I look over and I see this game that's in my hand right here. And I just say, damn, Street Fighter 6, why do you look so good? Why do you have that awesome aesthetic? Why does it remind me of Street Fighter 3? But why does it also look amazing? Why does it also like play well? But why does it also look amazing with all the freaking splatter effects? But why does it look so amazing while I freaking do all my awesome moves? And I'm just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be my choice, isn't it? The game just looks fantastic. I'm just gonna shut up because if I don't shut up, I'm just gonna keep talking. The game looks amazing. I played on freaking PS5. Everything's great. It looks great. I love it. It's great. That's it. I'm done. Go ahead, guys. You take it.
For me, it was Hi-Fi Rush. Again, Hi-Fi Rush, like I said before, fantastic game. I never expected that a game like this would come out of Bethesda's, playbook, because it doesn't really feel like something that they would publish. But now, granted, they didn't develop it. But yeah, I mean, it's got this cool style. It's definitely cel-shaded or something like it, but it gives me the vibe that I'm watching a really sweet Saturday morning cartoon or some like cool anime or something. And it just has all these great poppy effects. The world is so colorful and there's so much going on. There's a mechanic in the game that lets you understand what the beat is at visually. So something is like kind of bouncing or moving, or the player is snapping their fingers, and it's just so great. Like, the world is alive and I love it. And the visuals, out of everything that I played this year, there may have been things that were like maybe technically more impressive. Like, I wanted to put Armored Core because Armored Core just looks like one of those games that should win best graphics, but then I'm like, it's just another high-end graphics game, whereas this is totally unique, stands out, and I think it was the best all year. So Hi-Fi Rush for me all the way. Great art style.
Nice. Yeah, I thought about Hi-Fi Rush and I thought about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, but there was one other game this year, or last year rather, that got me, and that's World of Horror.
I thought you were about to say World of Tanks.
World of Tanks. No, World of Horror. You know me, I don't like horror games. They scare me too much. But World of Horror is it's a roguelite turn-based RPG adventure game that's like, the whole game is in black and white, And I think this guy drew everything in MS Paint, as far as I know. And essentially what you do in it is you go through these scenarios where, like, every day in the story it gets a little more messed up. So, like, you'd have to go to the school because something weird's happening, but, like, every day it gets worse. And there's, like, all these monsters that are, like, stalking you while it's happening. And it's very highly inspired by horror manga and, like, Junji Ito stuff. So it really looks like that. But yeah, I've never seen anything that looks like this game, and I've never played anything that plays like that game too. So it was a big surprise for me. I love World of Horror a lot.
And now, my award is the greatest beauty I have ever seen. It is Street Fighter 6, the Chun-Li mod. God damn those thighs.
Yas, queen.
But yeah, I agree with you. I'll give it to Street Fighter 6 for any other reason. Because the mods are amazing.
Don't forget to mention those crazy custom characters people made.
God damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you. Well, best visual design is going to go to Street Fighter 6. Congratulations, you win the award for best visuals.
That's right. You guys get the Two Super Gamers seal of approval for best visual design, and we're gonna keep on trucking because we gotta keep trucking. We're gonna go to best story. Which game had the best story in 2023, guys? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. It is God of War Valhalla.
No spoilers, please.
Is that's the DLC that came out for free, right?
Yep, that is a DLC that came out for free because it's its own entity, its own gameplay. It's not the same as the original God of War Ragnarok. It's basically a roguelike God of War featuring similar to Hades.
Bio, you like Hades?
Hades.
You like Hades?
Kind of? But why?
Hades nuts.
Oh, there you go. I was waiting for the punchline.
Expecting that.
I was waiting for
him actually doing that.
Very good, very good.
Clever.
Yeah, he's so whatever about it. He was like, I got him, but whatever. I'm not gonna spoil it, but basically it's a plot of Kratos finally getting over his fucking goddamn trauma.
Yep.
But it's like the way they handle it's kind of amazing because you kind of realize it's basically him coming to terms with his past, but like I'm gonna compare it to this. He's like a veteran trying to replace himself in society after a bunch of like war and fighting, killing. He's just trying to figure out how to be peaceful again.
I see. Yeah, I want to get on that. I still didn't get Ragnarok yet.
And it works. It honestly works. The roguelike actually works for this because it's Valhalla. Because it's basically where the warriors of the dead go. Even though he's not dead, even though he died 3 times, he's not truly dead. He's just there to do something for plot reasons.
I still gotta play Hades too. Oh, God.
You don't have to play Hades.
Mine was FF16 for the same reasons I mentioned earlier, you know. Finally, they released a game with a finished story. And
wow.
Honestly, I think the main character in 16 is one of the best Final Fantasy main characters out of the whole series. He has an amazing English voice actor too, like incredible. The dub work is incredible in this game. The dub is the main language for this game, so technically the Japanese is the dub. So I played in English. They just did a great job. As much as it's not really an RPG, and the game is pretty easy combat-wise, the story is where it really kept me going. So yeah.
I'll go ahead and take it from here. I went with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Yeah, it is indeed a short story. It's a short game, but man, did I have fun playing it. Because I'm not gonna spoil the story, but let's say something very tragic happens at the beginning, and then you start questioning a lot of shit that you start questioning everything midway through, and then towards the end, it's good. It's a good story, and it came from an indie developer, and they just did so many things right, and they took the essence of an amazing series and gave it a proper elevation, even story-wise, not just graphics-wise, gameplay-wise, even story-wise. Because let's be honest, Jet Set Radio didn't really have much of a fucking story. They managed to do it in this game, and they did it well, and I enjoyed it. It was a story that stuck with me after playing, which is why I chose it for this category. So that's why I think Bomb Rush Cyberpunk deserves it. And once again, guys, go get the game, support it. It deserves being played.
Right on. And down to me, once again, Hi-Fi Rush. I mean, I just talked about it. I gave it for visual. I'm also going to give it for the best story. Why? I felt like a lot of things this year didn't really grab me story-wise. Even some of my favorite games that I did get to play in 23. But this one, I like the world that they built for you. I thought it was pretty cool, like this big corporation you have to go up against. The antagonists were interesting. All the characters were interesting. And it just had really good dialogue. I enjoyed the plot in this game. Unfortunately, it kind of dragged. So I was hoping to get through the game before we would actually sit down and record this. But I never got to finish it because it felt like the story just kept going on. And there was so much game left that I couldn't get to the end. But I'll still give it best story just based on there wasn't a whole lot else that was better, but this was still really good. So yeah, for me it's going to be Hi-Fi Rush, and that brings us to yet another four-way tie. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, God of War Valhalla, Final Fantasy 16, and Hi-Fi Rush are the best story games of 2023. There are picks, so a congratulations is in order to all four of these games, and we have one final category.
And that's going to be best soundtrack. A game is nothing without its music, and it needs to have decent music to really give you those feelings. So guys, which were your favorite picks? Let's hear them.
Mine's a pretty hot take. I'm going to just say it right there. Lethal Company. Great assets. Great assets. If you play the game, you would know what I mean.
The music that plays in the main menu, I really like that music.
It's also the radio. The radio on the music that plays on the radio is also amazing too.
Yeah.
So for me is going to be a game that well, I'll talk a lot more about this later in my solo, but I'm putting it here for best soundtrack. That is Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot. The reason this is here, even if they totally screw up the game, there was no way they were going to screw up this this soundtrack. Even if the game was complete garbage, the soundtrack would have kicked ass because it's essentially just covers of the original Advance Wars 1 and 2 music. So I love the soundtrack from this. The game I'll get more into later, but the soundtrack is my favorite for 23.
Excellent. Now I see here on our docket, on our list, Bulb and I have been in sync multiple times in this video. So, Bulb, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Like this was this is the one probably the one part of this game where they really could not mess it up, right? Like if they messed this part up, nobody would like this game. So yeah, they got the Jet Set Radio composer to make a couple of tracks. They got a crazy soundtrack on here. I don't think there was a single bad song. The whole time I was just in the groove the whole time. It was awesome. Yeah.
I'm right there with you. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is also my pick. Holy crap. When I say these guys became the default Jet Set Radio developers in my mind, I mean it. They took that game and they understood it and they said, we're going to make it better in every sense of the word. And I mean it. They partnered with the original, like Bulb said, they partnered with the original composer for Jet Set Radio, made some banger tracks. And they also partnered with other composers, one of them being 2 Mellow, spelled with the number 2 and then Mellow. Go find him on YouTube and listen to his music. I listen to it while I'm working, and it gets me through it. One of his best songs, "I Want to Know Your Name," is in this game, and it just fits. It is perfect. The soundtrack gets you moving. The soundtrack keeps you engaged in this game. The soundtrack is pleasure to your ears. We're not kidding when we say this game sounds great, and because of it, it plays even better. Bulb, you're 100% correct. If that soundtrack was not on point, it was not going to be a great game. And once again, they just managed to hit it out of the park. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk deserves, in my opinion, this award because of just 99.999% perfection. Let's be honest, it's that good.
They just missed one thing,
which is
they should have had a DJ.
Yes,
they should have had a DJ.
They should have had a DJ, but they did, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But they did, but they didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not spoil it, but yeah. It would have been nice if they had an actual radio thing to tune into every once in a while. But then that would have been exactly like Jet Set Radio, and then it would have gotten all these criticisms. And I'm just like, okay, I see why they made the choices they made.
Maybe in the sequel.
I hope they make a sequel. I want a sequel.
Yeah, same.
Well, that's going to do it for all of our categories. Rounding off with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk taking the seal of approval for Best Soundtrack from 2023. And we're out of categories. What we normally like to do when we plan and organize well is we put a call out on our socials and just ask everyone, hey, what was your favorite game of 2023? We always want to know what you guys think about games, and fortunately kind of forgot to do that, but we still want to make sure to include the Viewers' Choice Awards. So we're going to do a little social media call out. Once that runs its course, we'll put it right here in post just to let you know what was the viewer pick from the TSG community for Best Game of the Year. Alright, so for this year, the viewers selected the following games: Lies of P, Tears of the Kingdom, Alan Wake 2, Lethal Company, Octopath Traveler 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and the Resident Evil 4 Remake. No clear winner in this year, just a lot of great games. And now back to the video. That's right. And we're all done with the categories. We're going to move on to the 2024 most anticipated. We got a couple games on here. We'll get through them in just a little bit. Does anyone want to go first? Some games you're looking forward to for 2024? And mind you, some of these will have already been out by the time this goes up, just because of how our editing works. And also some of them are already out. So I put in Tekken 8 and Persona 3. Those are already out.
Damn, I don't even know what game.
Bio's Game of the Year already came out.
Okay, first of all, I didn't say it's Game of the Year material. I don't know why you're putting words in my mouth.
Our World.
Oh, I thought you were segueing into Suicide Squad.
All right, well, first, let's be 100% honest. Pal World is in early access. It's not out just yet, so we can't really say it's out. But
an early access game that has over 14 billion people playing it.
Yes.
Damn.
It's so good, though.
And we're a population of 8 billion.
Take that, Pokemon Company and Nintendo. Yep, pricks. I do see quite a few games, so let me go ahead and get the ball rolling, because I am actually excited for this. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered. It's coming out in a week. Literally a week from today, it's coming out. And it looks good. I played only a little bit of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and or 3 back in the day. Rented it from freaking video stores in the Dominican Republic, by the way. That's when I actually got to play when I in the early 2000s. Rented it, tried it, and I thought it was cool. Again, tank controls weren't my favorite, but again, it did the job. And now that it's getting a facelift and it's being put on modern consoles, why not? It sounds great to me.
Yeah, I'll be playing that one too, honestly.
Another game coming out very soon, and quite a few of us are excited for this one. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Part 2 of the reimagining series.
Notice how it doesn't say remaster; it just say rebirth.
Yes, it doesn't say remake anymore. It says rebirth.
I mean, Nomura is giving birth to this thing, so I guess it makes sense.
He's pushing it out. One of his ends. But it is good, contrary to what Mash believes.
Even the actors are saying there's a lot of good stuff coming out and a lot of fan service. You know what that means, Bulb? More mods.
More mods.
mods.
Wait for the PC version.
I feel like Bio's game of the year is mods. I think that's going to be Bio's game.
He finally got my bit.
But no, a lot of us enjoyed Remake. I also played Intergrade, loved it. I mean, maybe not loved it, I enjoyed it. I loved Remake. Rebirth is tantalizing me a lot.
Yet to remain to be seen.
This is my top pick for the year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we're all anticipating it. I can't wait to play it. I'm excited for it. Anybody else want to chime in?
At the time of this recording, Tekken 8 has already been out.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we did.
Same thing with Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah.
Who asked for Last of Us Part 2 Remaster?
Nobody
did. I don't know why they had to fucking release that.
Even though it's hot trash right now, the Suicide Squad kill the Arkham Studios.
I mean, that's essentially what it's doing. We also go ahead.
No, it's like even though it's trash, like I kind of do hope in the long run it does a little bit well because I do want to see where it goes with the story.
Yeah.
I got another one for you.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's called The Final Scam. Destiny.
Oh my god.
That's coming out in June. I can't wait to see how hot trash of it is.
Yeah.
The Final Cube, right? That's what it's called?
The Final Scam.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. I'll shut up. Oh my god, Destiny 2 is so good, guys. You gotta play it.
It's called the
First of all, I have never said that. I've never said that to you, Zero. Never said that to you, Bulb. Never said that to Mash.
I'm pretty sure I heard it.
But South Park Snow Day. Definitely want to see that.
South Park Snow Day, basically another South Park RPG by the creators themselves.
Oh,
3D.
Is it RPG? Did they say that?
It's 3D. It's 3D.
Man, it's RPG.
It's an RPG. Well, at least an RPG-like game. However, South Park does it, and it's in 3D, so it's looking good. It's looking like it's reminding me of like that snowball fight game that we had on the N64 or the PS1.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of that, but now they're making like a proper good game out of it. And I keep hearing that the previous South Park RPG games, like I haven't had a chance to play them, but I kept hearing that they were all good.
They are
maybe
good.
not the best, but they were good. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Snow Day. And I'm hoping I can give this game some time because it's coming out after Rebirth, and God knows I'm going to be pouring a lot of hours into Rebirth. So we'll see if I give Snow
Rebirth
Day some time.
Rebirth is like a 2-disc game or 3-disc game.
It's also by THQ Nordic, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, and the original creators are also like involved. That's why I'm like still excited for it.
Yeah. Cool. I didn't know about that, but that's pretty dope. Who put the next one on there? Because
I did. Stellar Blade, because I watched the PlayStation showcase. Not showcase. Was it showcase? whatever it was. They had a freaking video talking about their upcoming games, and Stellar Blade looks good. The graphics look fantastic. I believe it's being developed by a Korean studio, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I have a lot of South Korean friends, so I like supporting developers from other countries and stuff. The fact that they partnered with PlayStation is also really good. The game looks great. The voice acting leaves a little bit to be desired, but I do like that it does have English voice acting. I support that as well. The gameplay kind of reminds me of not Devil May Cry. What's that other game? Bayonetta, like a light version of Bayonetta, but with more like exploration than like, hack and slash fun, killing shit. It looks nice, and I would like to try it out. I hope a demo comes out. If not, it's likely a game I'm going to buy, especially if it's on sale.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I want to play that. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next one. Stalker 2, so it's the sequel to the first Stalker game that came out in, like, I think the early 2000s. I'm not a big first-person shooter person. I'm also not crazy about, like, horror. But, man, this game just looks so good. Like, it really... Granted, the first game came out so long ago, but it really looks like they put everything into this sequel. My only concern is that I never finished the first one, so I'm kind of like, do I need to go back and play the first one? Should I do that before this? But I'm definitely getting this. Also, it's made in Ukraine. I mean, it takes place in Ukraine, but it's made in Ukraine, and
respect.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool to support a Ukrainian developer. I'm definitely gonna get this day one.
We have another game being added to this list, which is Dragon's Dogma 2. We've been long awaiting Dragon's Dogma 2. People like the first one, and people are kind of losing their shit for the second one. So, Bulb.
Oh yeah, I love Dragon's Dogma 1 a lot. It was made by the director of Devil May Cry.
Makes sense.
It's a semi-open world, like action RPG, but the thing that makes Dragon's Dogma special is the combat. It has different classes, and it also has combined classes that combine two classes together. They're all pretty interesting. You could also climb on all the monsters. So yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a long time coming. It's been since the 360. The first one was a 360 game. So yeah, it's gonna be sick. Check it out.
For shizzle. Okay, now we have a long list of games that are unscheduled, or at least they don't have a release date just yet.
Yeah.
But they have second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter of 2024.
Yeah. And also, mind you, that this applies to any game on this list, but that also might mean that possibly they won't come out. We're just talking about games that are anticipated to be released in 2024.
Earth Defense Force 6. I'm not the biggest Earth Defense Force fan, but I do like it because it's mindless destruction shooting fun. If you're stressed, if you're just done with work, you're coming home and you just want to kind of like turn off your brain, Earth Defense Force is a pretty good game to do that with.
It is.
Sure, you need to think about it a little bit, when it comes to like strategy and finding a nice place to shoot from. But other than that, you're just setting things on fire, blowing them up, getting out of the way of these big old bug things, and then just blowing them up again. That's how I treat Earth Defense Force, and I like seeing that series continue.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a nice counterpoint to something like Armored Core, where, it looks really good. It's more serious. This game kind of makes me call back to stuff like Destroy All Humans, something that's a little bit more tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just about like a fun, awesome game. Now, the only thing that, in my opinion, really sucks is that we could have played this in 23, but only in Japan. So this year it's going to get localized for everyone else to play in English. But I guess if you spoke Japanese, or if you just felt like you're going to get the import, you could have imported it from Japan and played it already in 2023.
Yeah. gives me time to catch up, though.
Indeed. I mean, dude, let's be honest. You don't really need to play the previous ones.
No, I need to.
You don't. You really don't.
Play them all.
I mean, you're going to be spending quite a bit of time, but whatever. Let's continue because we have another game. Fantasy Life I? Is that supposed to be one?
It's I, yeah.
It's I. Yeah.
Fantasy
it's
Life I, the girl who steals time.
Yeah, Bulb, correct me if I'm wrong, but this series kind of like disappeared after the 3DS, right? Like they didn't have anything for it on the Switch, right?
Yeah, no, there was only one game on 3DS, but it was very good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
That's why I put this here. I didn't really play I didn't play Fantasy Life, but I really wanted to.
Yeah.
It just looked like a cool sort of Harvest Moon type game that's maybe closer to Rune Factory even. Changes up the formula, sort of like it's not exactly a farming sim. You just do you focus on a lot of other things. You could kind of play many different categories of game, and I'm happy when Nintendo comes back to something that, hey, we tried this. This was really unique. Maybe it didn't get like too much recognition, but some people liked it a lot, and we're gonna give it another shot. So just for that, I'm definitely gonna get it. And I don't know how much time I'll be able to spend because those types of games, they suck a lot of time out of you. But I'll definitely be playing this one when it comes out.
I just watched a short video just so you guys understand. Think of Harvest Moon. Think of what's that other game you mentioned? Rune Factory. And think of what's that other game? The homemaking game that Nintendo owns. Animal Crossing. Take those three games, fuse them into one with a very cute art style and a little bit of combat as well, and you get Fantasy Life I.
Yeah.
I just watched a short video about it. You know what? It does look interesting, and I think it does deserve at least a try from a lot of people. So,
yeah, there's one thing that's making me nervous about it, though. It's apparently being produced by Keiji Inafune.
Whoa!
The
what?
fuck?
No.
Yeah, apparently he works at Level 5 now. But famous scam artist Keiji Inafune is
well, okay. Well, wait a minute. I'm about to defend our the boy because the guy had no idea what he was fucking doing.
Yeah,
let's be 100% honest.
Yeah,
the guy was like, "Look, I want to make." That's the Mega Man guy, right? I'm thinking about the same guy.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm correct. The guy went to Kickstarter because he wanted to make his own version of Mega Man because he just wasn't going to be able to do it with Capcom. Capcom kept canceling the games that he wanted to make. He said, "Fuck these guys, I'm going to do it on my own," and I respect that. The problem is that he lowballed it. The motherfucker was like, "Hey guys, I'm going to need about this much money." He got it, no problem. He could have overshot it and still gotten it. But you can't say, "All right, give me like a couple $100,000 and I make a game," and then later come back and say, "All right, I'm going to need more."
Is this Mighty Number 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Mighty Number 9 director, yeah.
And let's be honest, Mighty Number 9 was not a bad game. I got it. It just didn't look the way his artist put out.
Yeah.
Like whatever artist he was working with, they put out like art that's supposed to look differently. Like that they had a different look than what the final version had. That kind of annoyed me, but then I played the game and I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty decent. Is it the most fun game ever? No. Does it need polish? Yeah. But it wasn't bad.
Yeah. And his team made the last Yokai Watch game, I think, that we never got. So yeah, maybe they figured it out. So who knows?
So yeah, I totally understand why people say he's a scam artist, but let's also be honest. He was he wasn't the first, but he was one of the first to start using crowdfunding to make a game.
That's true.
He was one of the first, so there were gonna be hiccups one way or another. It just sucks that it had to be him.
I'm just being a hater because I'm mad about Mega Man Legends 3.
It wasn't his fault. It was Capcom. Blame Capcom.
Yeah, it is Capcom's fault.
I wanted that game too. That's why he left.
Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is getting brought back, and
yes,
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
I thought it was already out.
No, I mean it's been out, the original, but it's getting a it's a
the
remaster,
remake,
right?
the remaster, yeah.
No, it's
No.
not. The Mario RPG came out, but not this one.
Oh, I still need to play that.
I actually
It's
do
good.
want to play Super Mario RPG because the original was
It's
good.
It's good and it's short, so
Yeah.
I'd say go for it. And
So I do want to play
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna get it
You
hopefully
should.
on sale physically. But Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, I sat with my nephew as he played through it back in the day. The game is good. It deserves more attention, and the fact that they're bringing it to the Switch is a great idea.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of the coolest announcements from the September Nintendo Direct.
We have another game coming out, and we covered this game multiple times on our channel because it's just so good. Skate Story. Skate Story is supposed to come out this year. We have no idea when. But if you guys want to know more about it, we have several videos on that topic. Mash, do you want to add more to this?
No, not really. I'm ready for the game to come out.
Likewise.
When we found out about it in 2020, I'm like, this needs to happen, and I'm totally fine with there being time for a game to come out. You know, take your time. The end product will be better. So yeah, I'm ready for it.
There's an untitled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem game. What's that about?
that movie was so good, by the way. I love that movie.
I think it's The Last Ronin.
It's going to be about The Last Ronin?
Oh yeah, there's a Last Ronin.
Yeah,
game
there's a Last
also.
Ronin game coming out.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're referencing when they say
Mutant
Untitled.
Mayhem? No, I think it's legit called The Last Ronin.
There's two. There's a Last Ronin game and there's a movie game for the Mutant Mayhem movie. Yeah.
Oh, so they're pulling that whole movie game tie-in comes out a year or two later?
Yeah, I guess so,
Like
'cause
back in
I
the
mean,
day.
honestly, that movie was apparently good, so
you should watch it.
they should definitely support that franchise.
Yeah.
We're all Ninja Turtle fans. Let's not lie.
Yeah, Shredder's about to come out for Fortnite.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, dude.
He looks sick. He looks
looks
sick,
sick.
though.
He looks so sick.
And we have The Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh
Never
my
played
god.
the first one.
I can't believe this is not out yet.
I mean, well, Bulb, remember Telltale kind of like went out, and then all of the pending projects that they had just went up in the air, and then yeah, as good as Wolf Among Us was, and as bad as people wanted to see how the story continues, we just weren't gonna get a sequel until recently. So I'm excited for it. I will have to go back and catch up on the story because it's been so long since Telltale was like releasing all these different like 6 games at the same time. But yeah, I'm definitely getting this one.
Oh, I'm waiting for Among Us 2. When is that coming out?
Oh
I mean, Among Us 2, I'm hyped for that because Among Us 1,
no, you know
sleeper hit out of nowhere.
what? You know what? Bulb is right. This is gonna be the most sus game of 24. Never mind. I take it back.
100%.
Not getting it.
Mash, it's your time to shine because Yeast 10 is supposedly getting a release this year.
It's getting localized this year. So just like with Earth Defense Force, you watch it come out in Japan. If you want to play it, you definitely want to wait for this one because it's just like story based. But I'm stoked. You don't need to hear any more from me because you know that I'm a Yeast fan. I've talked about these games like tons of times, and getting another one. 8 was not my favorite. 9 was pretty good but had some issues, and then yeah, like I can't wait for Yeast 10. There's only one thing about it, and I talked to Bulb about this a little bit. Someone from the development team tweeted, and they said to kind of expect it to be different, that they were gonna like shake things up with this one, and not. I hope that that's not a bad thing, but at this point, as like a fan, I'm just ready for another game. Like I just want to play this sequel, so I'm there.
Yo, this next one.
Who
Sonic
put that there?
X Shadow Generations.
Yeah.
I am hyped for it.
I am not hyped for it.
We played through Sonic Generations on the channel. We had a decent time.
I am
Three-
against this game.
The
Why?
3D levels were
Why?
questionable, but the rest of the game was good.
You want to know why I'm against this? Because there's
Why?
no classic Shadow.
There is. They added it.
There's a classic Shadow?
They made a classic Shadow. Yeah.
Look at this guy.
There's so many fan-made ones.
I'm talking about just canon-wise.
No. There was a real one. They showed it.
I don't believe you anymore.
So let's get to the next one. Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. Who
Same.
put that down? Because
just
we're also
put
all
that in.
hyped.
It's not even coming out this year.
It is.
It is?
Yeah, it is currently set to 24, but we don't know.
Initial release date 2020. It's gonna get delayed. I'm calling it now.
I think so too, but you
It
know,
probably
that's
will,
what
let's
they
be
said.
honest.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least they don't have to do voice acting for it. So,
I think they would just to clean up some.
no, they
stuff.
said they're using they have the old files. They said they're still using them because I think Volgan's voice actor died. There's a few voice actors that are not with us anymore. So,
Watch it all be AI voice actor.
oh no.
Well, actually, no. They would get into trouble if they did that.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. Hopefully, it does come out this year because, like you said, no voice acting needed to be done.
I actually heard that Kojima came back for a little help in this.
I mean,
I think he was consulted.
Yeah.
Consulted maybe, but that's probably as far as he'll go because he's done with Konami, and I don't blame him
I don't know if he was truly done. Why would we consultant?
because he's not.
It's
he's
his
not-
baby.
Yeah.
Mouse is a first-person shooter game.
I know what you're talking
It
about.
has it has like the Mickey Mouse aesthetic, and I'm totally getting like Cuphead vibes for this
the
one.
Steamboat Willie aesthetic. All right, let's
Right.
be honest. But the thing is, if they wanted to use the old school version of Mickey Mouse, the 1920s version, they can. He is available. They could put him in this game.
Well, only specifically Steamboat
Willie Mickey
yeah.
Mouse, yeah.
Only specifically
I-
that one. They still own the rest of him.
Yeah. I know which game you're talking about, Mash. Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes, I want to play it. I wouldn't mind putting it on the channel as well. Next, we also have the Sega 5 games, which, we're actually, when we say that, we're referring to Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, the original, Crazy Taxi, Streets of Rage, not a remake of the original, like a completely new game, and apparently Shinobi as well.
Yep. Yeah, this was like a huge announcement. Sega just kind of came out of nowhere with this one, and I mean, a new game from all of these classic series. It's phenomenal. The initial teasers do look really good too. Hopefully the end product is just as, palatable, and then just to get a new game for these series to kind of like breathe some light into these series is just such a great development. Yeah, did you guys check these out?
Oh, I did.
I'm pretty sure we all saw the trailer, and what we saw in the trailer is all we're getting so far. But a remake or a remaster or a reimagining of Jet Set Radio is 100% welcome. I just hope they, at least consult Team Reptile because this game was just too good. Golden Axe being brought back sounds great to me. I love Crazy Taxi. The brief glimpse we saw of it looks great. Mash, what's your take on Streets of Rage? Because it looks like they're going more 3D with it.
Yeah, I'm worried about that, for it being 3D, but just to know that Streets of Rage is coming out. Remember, they did the same thing with Double Dragon Neon. Double Dragon Neon was a good game, It
was. Yeah. They did well. They did well with that game.
I don't think that they're gonna like screw up Streets of Rage necessarily, but then at the same time, I don't think it's gonna be better than Streets of Rage 4. Doesn't matter. This is like such a cool thing that they did, and if you have any other series from like Sega heyday, this could be a glimmer of hope that maybe one day you'll see another thing from that game, because didn't they also kind of mention that they had more in store for us? They just weren't going to reveal it all at once?
They weren't going to reveal it just yet, but they do have more in store, and I am hyped.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, think of the possibilities. Virtua Fighter, Daytona USA, Outrun, like we mentioned before, it's endless. They could give us so much stuff.
And it's about time they do as well, so let's go. But we are out of games to talk about. We went through the list. We got it done. It took us a while, but we made it to the finish line. I want to go ahead and thank both Bio and Bulb for joining us once again for our yearly Game of the Year extravaganza award show. Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, no problem.
No, thank you for
Thanks
having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, always a treat to have you guys on. You know, we like to do these Game of the Year videos, and yeah, that's going to do it for 2023. We always do them a little bit late, but you know, next year you can expect a whole other video. But we hope you enjoyed it. A lot of work goes into these videos. We did a lot of careful planning for all the games we picked and putting in the research for this video. So hope you liked it. Let us know in the comments what you thought. You know, do you agree with some of our picks? What are some of your favorite games that you played this year? And what games are you looking forward to in 2024?
That's right. Once again, guys, do not forget that if you enjoyed this, slap the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're coming back with more Game of the Year stuff. We have our own individual videos also coming out soon after, hopefully like right after. So we hope you guys look forward to those as well. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.